Hi guys, welcome back. So today's market, if there is one stock that is the most unusual, it should be our LKCO. At some point, it had jumped up to be, well, in the morning, as high as 34% plus, and then quickly came back down, consolidating around 10 to 15% and closed at 12%. So why does it have such unusual activity on a down day for most of the stocks, especially the Chinese stocks? Dow Jones and S&P 500 were slightly down, and the Hang Seng Index yesterday had another fall of 1.4%, making a new low of the year. And a lot of the big tech stocks like JD.com, Tencent, Alibaba, Bilibili had all went down together last night. So why did LKCO have a sudden spike? There was the news that came out in the morning saying that Imago signs cooperation agreement with Microsoft for launch of autonomous driving services. So is it this news that drove LKCO up or not? Because we have been saying or expecting that LKCO is working with Microsoft ever since June, a few months ago. So we kind of had expectation on that already as investors. So what gave it such jump? And it is because there were insiders that know I'm gonna run the interview with the CEO of Luokung tonight. So that gave it a big jump today. No, I'm just kidding. The interview is tonight, that's true. But the run-up because of that, I don't really think so. For this, I want to play back a clip for you. In the last LKCO video on September 9, let's hear what I said. So I said I've been waiting for the 250 to cross the 500 MA, which is the light blue to cross the yellow moving average. And you can see today it had officially made the cross, which is kind of a long-term trend line, right? Making the good cross. And it did cross today. And it had a huge jump today. Literally the moment they cross each other. Is it coincidence? Maybe not entirely. So that's why I think there is a chance that it is a technical rebound based on technical need. And what's next? I think it would really depend on the macro situation of the market, because when you see the Hang Seng Tech Index and what's happening with the Evergrande, it is looking like the dip is not over yet, right? So it really depends on the macro environment. It could be because the institutions want to test out the selling pressure by pulling it up and see how many people want to sell. And in this case, a lot. Because you can see in the morning, it gapped up open at 20% already and quickly had a big dip and continue up to be reaching 1.8. So ever since the market opened, the volume was huge. You can just compare the volume in the morning and yesterday, mixed the volume yesterday looked like dead silence, nothing. So you can clearly see the selling pressure. It's quite heavy. It means a lot of people were trapped or feel trapped by LKCO and want to get out the moment it has run up. So it means too much torture by the 2.5 months of correction and couldn't wait to get out. So the moment it rebounds, just want to get out. So it could be the institutions trying to test the water, test the selling pressure. It's like when you go to a war, you send out the first troops to test out the fighting power of the opponents and see how strong it is. If it's too strong, then retreat. Come back first and think what's next. And because LKCO is a small cap, it can be easily controlled by just one or two bigger institutions. That's it. So easy to move up and down the share price. So if this institution think that the market is getting near the end of the worst, then this could be the test out of selling pressure to see if they can continue pulling up the share price. And in this situation, it means that today would have been the indicator of a beginning. So it might need some further washing, but it shouldn't drop below the lowest point of today, which is 1.47 to 1.45. Around this range should be holding strong in situation 1. And in the other situation, if the institution think that the worst is yet to come, there could be domino effects by the Evergrande debt crisis. And right now the Taiwan issue going on, US touching a very sensitive subject on China's bottom line, then the two countries can get worse for the relationship. In this case, the institution might want to pull up the price and get out some shares first and watch on the sideline. So in this scenarios, the share price would quickly dip below the support I just mentioned, and then it would make this the biggest bull trap for the past few months, because the volume today was quite big. There were some investors that couldn't wait to get out, and there were also some investors FOMO back in after they sold. Because if anyone that have sold at the bottom for the past few weeks, like from 1.2 to 1.3, the moment they see the share price running up like this, they might start to FOMO back in. Look at the two green bar up and the volume. So these are the FOMO. And if it breaks the support I mentioned for the next following 1 to 3 days, that means it's the biggest bull trap. So then 1.46 to 1.48 would act as a strong resistance for the share price, similar to SOS. You see, last week it had a big jump to be at some point 20-something% plus, and then the volume also had a big increase. Throughout the day it came back down, looking very suspicious. And then the next day, following the Bitcoin movement, it went down below the support, making this another bull trap. So this would take more time to recover, because there is even more selling pressure the next time it runs up. Even more people want to sell out, as they have been trapped here for a while. So I think you can keep that in mind for the two possibilities. For me, I still find it fascinating how precise the moment these two lines crossed, it had the big jump, because I've been waiting for this two moving average to cross. And usually on a bull market, it might be the beginning of a stronger rebound. But in situations like in September right now, things are not looking very optimistic. I would say maybe be more patient and see what happens, how things roll out in October. Recently, I haven't posted very timely because I have been preparing for the interview tonight. As you know, I'm quite new to this and I have no media background. So if I don't do well, it's because of that. And the interview would be conducted in Chinese as the CEO prefers. So I would put in the English subtitle for that. And I will try my best to post it tomorrow, if not the day after that. So that's it for this video. I just want to give a quick update and share my views on the unusual movement today, and let you know that I'm having the interview tonight. And if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a big like and write me a great comment, and I'll see you tomorrow. That's it, guys. Hope you can find my videos helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and give me a big like. Thank you.